Just gonna wing it.
We're gonna wing it.
Let's wing it. I've turned the recorder on already, so we're off. We're gonna wing it. Can you not wing it?
I can.
You look like a man that can ad-lib.
I was going to say, if there's a guy
if there's a guy that can wing it, I can wing it. So let's do this.
It's the best, but that's kind of podcasts we do as well. So it's just informal. We've got some really cool AI questions.
It's true, actually, because
But we are not going to start with them.
No, we'll do those just to have a smile at the end. Don't let them see them, because he likes to be prepared.
Yeah, I mean,
he worries otherwise.
Oh, we're going all deep on us, really putting the SM7DB to good use.
What has he got? That's good. So, Shure's had a good time at the exhibition?
Yeah. My second year personally, but I think, Simon, this is your first year here?
First year attending for me. As we mentioned before, we've seen some familiar faces and some not so familiar faces today. Been some good conversations for us. So.
Good.
So your first time here, so you really enjoyed coming up the stairs, the elevators, seeing all of the cars.
It is a venue, isn't it? As you said, yeah. Even if you're not necessarily a car fan, I think you'd be amiss to not be taken aback by what we've got here, and quite a special venue. Bar the heat. I think
yes, we haven't had a fire alarm yet. That might be for tomorrow.
Have you guys stepped outside since you've been in here today?
Just a few minutes. It was
honestly,
actually, I had no choice. Needed some fresh air, fresh-ish.
Yeah, we needed some open air, not being inside, because it's difficult to always stay here.
No, it's fun. It is an interesting place, there's no doubt about that.
So, maybe to start off, tell us about the desk you guys delivered to us. Tell everyone listening, watching, what is this desk for?
So these desks started last year. So last year, Shure as a company, we turned 100 years old. And a part of that big celebration, what we wanted to do was a road trip showcasing basically everything we do, the 3 pillars. So we've got 3 of these desks. One of them was used for content creation, one was used for pro audio, and one of them is used for collaboration and conferencing. And we just use them to be mobile with us and demonstrate all of what we've got on offer.
It allowed us to take on a road show. So we basically managed to go to, I think it was 5 key locations around the country. Yeah. Again, connecting with customers alike that we have direct partnerships with, but then also some end users as well that are available to come and attend.
Yeah.
So it was seeing some familiar faces again that knew Shure, but also we're then getting to showcase other avenues to people. So as Ashton correctly said, with the pillars, we had content creation specialists, we also had pro AV specialists, but they didn't necessarily speak to the other world to know kind of fully where that innovation come from and how they all collaborate with each other. So it was really useful for us to be able to take these as modular things and go to those locations.
Cool. So really now they're just surplus to they get used wherever and they're popular.
We are now part of the content creation specialist of Shure.
Honorary badge members,
Honorary badge members. I like that. Yeah, we sat there and said, because we're only wearing these today, we said to the guys this morning, if you've got any spare shirts, bring them over, because tomorrow we may as well tell everybody where it came from.
Honestly, if there was any spare shirts, they'd be on our backs. But
we're going to make you wear the same one tomorrow.
I mean, we're picking them out from our wardrobes. But
I'm sure we'll have to loop back on at the end of the show to make sure we've got you some.
Some swag. If not, some chocolate bars.
The reason we said it was Shure is delivering this to us, the mics, the headphones, the stand, but there is nowhere people can see it's Shure. Only.
Do you know what? Saying that though, I think where we are, what we are good and what we're known for to the naked eye is SM7DB. So as soon as someone sees one of these podcast mics, they know it's Shure. And to be honest, when it comes to our brand and a lot of internal people, we don't really scream loud about this is the brand, this is the brand. Even people that I know, as soon as I say Shure, they're like, oh, who's that? As soon as I say, oh, do you know this mic? They're like, oh, so that is Shure. So for us, having these mics on the table, they tell a story in itself.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing with a lot of the products and the association people have with them. it allows us to tell a story, and I think that's the beautiful thing about our brand, is that so many products and so many parts of the company's innovation is like true storytelling as well. So we're quite versed at that.
Well, that's what you're here for at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So who you been telling stories to? Who's your exciting customers from this morning?
So mainly at this show, what we've seen have been resellers, a few end users. We've seen a few consultants come through. So they're the main three. Actually, there's a few integrators as well that have been here today. So the normal faces that you tend to see at these sort of sort of trade shows. But yes, as I said, it's always good connecting with old faces, and also you meet the odd new face here and there as well.
No, of course, it's part of the fun. So how is the sort of Teams meeting room section of Shure going? Because it's relatively new, a couple of years old, I think. When you stepped in, maybe a bit more, but I know when we spoke to somebody a couple of 3 years ago, it's fairly new in terms of whether it's a whole pillar. I don't know whether you call it a pillar or so, but how is the whole market side going? The products for the Teams rooms and things.
Yeah, so it's good. So it sits in the collaboration and conferencing pillar, as you call it. Last year we launched our Numonix room kits. So that was the bundle kits that we were offering mainly towards, like the IT reseller. And then we came out with a foundation kit, so for integrators to be able to customize and build onto that.
Oh, nice.
This year we moved into our all-in-one bar, so the Numonix Room Bar Pro, due to be released autumn time. Yeah, you guys have got the chocolates there with the pictures on it. But some great fun-packed stuff built into that. It's certified with Microsoft Teams for medium to large meeting rooms. So we're tackling those rooms that mainly experience issues with other bars on the market. So we are pretty new, but we are coming in with a bang. And
is AI involved in those bars as well, or?
Yeah, so those that know about some of our software, so our Numonix Room software, on that software we had AI denoiser, AI deverb. So this previous to now was a software that people would pay a subscription for. So included in Numonix Room Kits and the Numonix Room Bar Pro, it has the AI denoiser and AI deverb built into it.
Cool. And what do they do?
So AI denoiser and AI deverb mainly deals with reverberant rooms. Okay. So those rooms, when they've got the marble floor or glass walls, kind of like this. Yeah. So it works out. It basically auto configs that room and works out the space and takes all that noise that you don't want in, and keeping that speech clear for the end user. Yeah.
Cool. So you're on the marketing side, and
we're both actually in what we consider the market development side.
Yeah. So a lot of people get confused. So our role's market development. To the normal way, it would be business development. So we both work in sales, but we call it market development, not business development.
So more of an end user focus for our specific team, where we've got our sales team that work more directly with those direct integrators and partners, as we mentioned before.
Okay, cool. And the bar is what you're selling today on the stands, well, not selling.
Yeah, so the bar and room kits as well. Yeah. So we've got two solutions. We've also got our MXW Next 2 as well. Yeah. So that's our decked wireless range. So it's the 2-channel wireless range that has in your built-in charger and access point all in one. So in terms of compact and convenient for end users, if you only need 2 channels, you've got it all in one little base, and then you can put your 2 transmitters in that.
Is it easy to identify what the next product is going to be in a market that has matured quite nicely over 15 years since Teams sort of hit the deck running? So, I mean, there must be gaps, but not that many to go, okay, that's what we're going to make our own.
think for us, with regards to the roadmap, the exciting thing about the products that we are introducing at the moment, I think it's kind of that they're all scalable. There'll be additional, firmware options, and with the hardware that we've built, it's going to be kind of like modernisation, life improvement sort of stuff over the life of that product. The great thing with Shure is that we build things for a duration, as opposed to every 6 months swapping the products out and one becoming redundant to buy someone into something else. So I think for us, the next kind of innovation roadmap cycle is going to be kind of, fine-tuning these products even better than as we introduce them.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine-tuning them to actually start to be better and improve.
Just as things progress, as you said, technology is constantly moving at a pace now, and innovation with that, and that's kind of where our company's history has been built on, is the innovation we've brought to audio. So we've had conversations today as well about kind of that video sector as well as another thing we want to bring Shure's innovation mindset to as well. So I
think it also comes down to knowing your customer as well. So as our role is to be so close with our customers, there'll be time and time again that you'll get the same issues that your customers are having. So for instance, a customer could be having an issue with their bar, with the audio going to a certain distance, and then they're including us in the audio part. So that kind of gives us something to go from. It's like, okay, if we're speaking to these amount of customers and they're having issues with that, we're being called in to solve this issue, but actually we could be the solution where there doesn't actually need to be an issue, and hence that's why we came out with our IntelliMix Bar Pro.
People identified an improvement space.
Exactly, and that's where we're saying we're always improving, going from what our customers are saying, being close to the customer. That's one of the main ways of how we find out where we should be placing our products.
Nice. So it makes it quite agile, quite quick to market, because you're improving and people want to see them. Sometimes they have to pay, sometimes it's just a software upgrade.
Exactly that. We love it when it's just a software update.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Bonus time at the end of the year. That's fine. Let's have some fun. So we came up with a bunch of AI questions to see where you are with AI, all right? So we just find out how people are comfortable with it, what we're at. So would you let AI decide whether you should break up with your partner or not?
No.
I would agree. I would agree with Ashton on that.
A big no.
Yeah.
A big no. Would you let AI invest your life savings?
Life savings or a chunk? Life savings? No. I could maybe ask a question for...
No, marketing people are supposed to believe in this technology.
Yeah, I mean, life savings, not for me, no.
Yeah, I was going to say probably not life savings, but I think I would trust an AI companion to certainly get me on the road if I was inquiring about investing. I would absolutely utilise it and trust the information there as well.
To make it a little bit more funny, would you let AI tell your mother-in-law what you actually think about her cooking?
Yes.
I think inadvertently, I would be get that message of how to say that, in the safest way.
Yeah, we hate that spaghetti bolognese.
Look what my phone is saying about your food.
It was AI.
Nothing to do with me.
Absolutely.
Would you let AI negotiate your next salary increase?
I think it already has.
Yeah, exactly. So when we're talking about AI negotiating salary increase, are we saying like AI telling us how to negotiate that salary increase and take it from there? If so,
I'm guessing something like that. They're just AI.
I mean, I'm not going to send AI in there to our director like, all right, AI, you go and negotiate this.
There's some nice products here about virtualized receptionists to sit there and negotiate for you, do the right facial movements. What? No, don't be silly.
I think my opinion on AI personally is it is good to get you started and get you thinking about things, but us being in the roles that we're in, we know that we need to have that human contact with our customers. So in a way, kind of lucky that we're not actually scared that AI is going to take over our jobs. But I think when it goes into technology, it can do some amazing things, but in sales and building rapport with people, you can't really get AI to do that.
Not sure. I think the bottom line is it's not going to be enough if it just does things like that. They're never going to get their money back. It's not going to add enough value.
Do you think?
So I don't think so. But as you say, we never really know till it works out where it's going to be.
We'll see.
So, but it'll get somewhere. So that's fine. Well, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for the stand. Always good to talk to Shure anyway. Always fun. I go back many years with your products on the live stage and things. So
perfect.
It's nice to see the name about. It's all pretty cool.
Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
for having
us.
Rest of the show tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye. There we go.
Very good.
Nice to say thank you for all the pretty lights that we're now standing against.
Thank you both.
You're welcome.
It is a very nice stand they gave us.
It is very true. So well, we should be. I've seen Marijn wandering. There he is. Hello. He's going to come back over in a bit while.
You look like you really want to do this.
We do want to do this.
Do you want us both, or do you want just one of us?
Of course we want to do it. Brett, do you want to stay? Do you want to stay? Go on, chat. Yeah, come on, bring them both in.
Bring them both in.
I'll do it later, I think.
Yeah.
These going to be hot.
They might be.
Can I wipe them down a little bit first?
Yeah. Everybody else is wearing them. We were just thinking.
I'm not sure that's any better. This is the hottest it's ever been here.
You do know that's on camera.
Oh, okay. Live camera? Oops. Okay.
No, it's going to be on YouTube tomorrow. And we are not cutting things out.
Okay.
No, that's too much like old
That's
work.
okay.
We'll assume nobody really saw it. You was facing away from the microphone anyway.
It was terrible, Andy. How could you do such a thing?
So, Andy and Michael, I'm guessing, obsessed with call recording.
Yes.
It's one of my favourite T-shirts. I know the company is named Numonix. I'll let you introduce that in a minute. But I've still got this from last year. And it's just one of those nice lightweight T-shirts. It's one to pick out regular. I love the sign, obsessed.
We have the best person to introduce the company. It's the CEO.
Yeah, but he generally knows nothing about it. We need to talk to VP in sales.
I'd rather you talk to someone who works at the company. They'll give you a
just get a bit closer to the mic. No, we've got some good questions. So, who's going to introduce the company? You can introduce the company then.
Looks like it'll be me. So, Andy Whiteside, Numonix have been doing compliant capture for Microsoft Teams, Skype, OCS, like for 14, 15 years. He's probably the best one to ask.
We'll get to that one in a bit. That's quite fun, actually. I'm looking forward to this. 14, 15 years. So that's it. Just a description. Tell us what it actually means for the customers.
So we do compliant call recording. We do Teams meetings. We do a couple of different flavours of that. So an end-to-end IX Cloud platform that means that you can do everything in a compliant way. And more recently, we've got a TRAS, Teams Recording as a Service, that allows customers to just capture recordings through the Teams policy, and then we can deliver that audio and metadata to organisations to ingest for AI applications.
Oh, that's interesting. Is that something that you see a big growth area in?
Oh yeah. He spoke today about everyone being an AI developer. So we take the complexity out of the voice AI layer to capture that so that you can focus on what you do, and that is building the apps that you want to. And again, we were saying that AI is a very general term, as you all know now. Everyone, when we speak to people, everyone wants AI. I mean, we ask them, okay, what do you want? No, AI.
Checkbox.
Yeah, but it's more an outcome.
That is true.
Everybody wants AI, but what does the AI need to do? What do you want to gain from it?
Well, that's exactly the point. And what data are you using for your AI? I was at a conference 4 months ago, and everyone was talking about, feeding documents in, analyzing the documents, putting text in, and I had a little light bulb moment. But that's all considered data. So you can look at a document and change something. You can take a text and delete and change it. But voice data, you can never unsay what you've said.
Quote unquote. Yes.
And you can never ever undo something that you just did on camera. so you can never unsay anything. So, and if you're working with a partner, you've got to be reliable. You can never regain the moment again. So if you miss that recording, if the quality of the audio is bad, because quality of audio equals good transcription, then so there's a lot of important attributing factors to, why we're in business.
So what is the market like? Because I mean, this is probably one of the few shows where you probably talk to people that understand what you do, to be fair, that you probably don't have to explain. So what is the market like in this space? We've already spoke to one or two people that do certified recording and they have a whole bunch of extra products. So what is that market like? I mean, is it about, it's like legal stuff. I know I need it, but I don't want to pay for it, or...
It's becoming more, the data is important, and historical or data at any point...
This too is driving a lot of that.
Is driving it, but security of that data as well. So there are many recording companies, but if you consider whose posture is focused around the security and compliant aspect of capturing the recording, that is a big one. There's some interesting things. Our head of marketing always refers to this website, the hackedlist.io, where if you go and check on there who you're using, you'll be very surprised at some of the names and what comes out.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, we monitor that kind of stuff all the time, just so that we're prepared and ready for it. So yes, it is out there. So that's neat. But the market itself, what is the market like? Is it tough? Is it easy, or is it, I've got my 6 clients and I can survive with my 6?
I think it's changing. I think you've got the traditional compliant user. They know they've got to do something. It's forced upon them. It's part of their regulatory compliance that they have to do it. We're seeing a shift now for different types of organisations that don't perhaps need that same compliance story, but see the value in the data that they capture from conversations. So, we do under the hood work for other AI companies. So we'll capture the audio in a compliant way. We'll work within the certified program, but then we'll just drop voice calls and metadata for them to go and run transcripts or run sales enablement calls and all sorts of other AI applications over the top of it. So there's a shift. I think more people are realising that. In my session earlier on, the compliance world, something like 1% of calls are ever actually listened to.
Yes.
In the other world, they're monitoring and observing details and trends and information, and that insight's pretty valuable.
So you get people's requests about what they want for the AI and what they want to get out of it. What is one of the most strangest things people requested to you guys?
You might have some more experience than me on that.
Wow. So typically we don't give the AI instant. We're powering the underlying layer. But some of the cool things now, what we do is we're able to do real time. So we can take a Teams call, we can live transcribe it, so you can actually see the transcription almost like the captions. But also you can act and put webhooks on that. So you can say, if I hear the word jump, send a webhook or a notification to me so that I can trigger some event, as well as sentiment.
Well, that's just word notification. What about sentiment?
Yeah, sentiment as well, all of that. We also do some work for some big government organizations that record certain hearings for medical healthcare records, and they take that data and then, that is, in efficiency especially, it's made things, people used to transcribe by hand. So efficiency-wise, it's helped dramatically. But we see that the most successful of the customers that use our tech under the hood are the ones that are focused. So sales, let's call it sales AI. Gong is a good example. We power Gong. That's all they do. So I think when you become maybe too general in that space, you're treading on interesting ground. And we found there are ones that we work with that do HR. So they focus on HR. There's some that, focus on conversational intelligence. So I think there are a lot of elements when you can focus down. But from a request, we've seen people using it to identify whether someone's lying in an HR interview. So by determining certain facial aspects, you can see if someone's lying. You can see if someone's putting on a one of those screens so someone's doing an interview on behalf of someone else. That we've seen people telling us about that. Yeah.
15 years ago, we were talking to a big insurance company, and they wanted to look at the post-call analytics of the traffic that was going through it, because they reckoned they could see when somebody was making a fraudulent claim. So there were certain traits that they would show, but they couldn't do it on a live call because they had agents that were just trying to get through the product sets that they had. Yeah. But actually, if you could, if you triggered 60-70% of the things that they were doing, then we could put those into at least a holding area where you would say, don't pay this claim until we've done a little bit more investigation. So
nice.
Weird things. But and that was 15 years ago.
That's
a long time ago.
Yeah, things have changed a little bit.
A little bit.
And real time is okay, but it's about the process change, isn't it? And how quick you follow up.
Also, how are you doing it? Compliant, securely?
Yeah.
Because, again, at a conference, I think ServiceNow, one of the executive VPs was speaking, and the conversation was about classification of data and where they store it. And I was like, hold on, there's a step before that. Where did you get the data? And how's that chain of custody before you had it and did what you did? So there's so many aspects of it. And I think a lot of people don't give companies like us the credit for the work that goes into what we do. We're always a means to an end. The AI is sexy, we're not, but yet we are a critical part of that process.
Is it a tough sell sometimes? I can imagine if it was in my budget and I had to think about my priorities and I could find a way of not spending that money, then I would.
I think when you have to do it, then it's easy. When you're trying to create a business case from the value of the data that you capture, then that's...
That I understand.
And more and more so people do that.
Easy, I suppose.
I mean, we've had things like duty of care stuff as well. So somebody says in a government environment that they're feeling a certain way, and then that could trigger a care package and stuff like that. So there's things that are commercially effective, but then there's also the human side of it as well. So there's
we've had a couple of stories about that today. So people really, I've come in this idea in my head about an AI story being built, and I haven't yet landed. I think it'll be okay when I land. But obviously we can do keywords and stuff, and that's not really AI. I mean, that's just obviously translation. Hey, this word was said, and this word was said, and we make a conclusion and use it as a trigger. But actually being certain that the story has been said. So somebody was talking about certain legal requirements for visiting people under certain circumstances. And so getting that story to the point where, yes, this feels like one of those cases, so let's initiate the priority, put this call through, make sure that it's responded to, and then put a monitoring case on it so we can see that we're meeting the legal requirements. But if you don't get the story right, you could easily be missing it, but more importantly, you could be starting it off and end up with a lot of false positives. And I think for me, that AI story that's being compiled from those voice calls is just something I need to work out in my head, really. But I think it's more important than potentially I was thinking about before I came into that. So.
I heard a story of someone with a customer who was trying to understand when someone called back because something wasn't resolved. And the metric that the company was using, that someone called back within 30 days. But how do you know? They could have called about some new issue altogether. I think what this will help do was understand what calls are about and better give them an idea of why someone is calling, and if it is actually something that wasn't resolved, like a non-resolved issue. So I think maybe that context on things is important.
No, I agree. And I think also, hey, look, this conversation doesn't seem to make sense. There must have been one in the middle or something I'm missing. So I can also see the chain of evidence of that decision was not there. So that's something else that I'm thinking, okay, if the story is decided, just like we go, I don't understand this conversation, what have I missed? Oh, we had a meeting last Tuesday morning, but you weren't in. Get it, that kind of context that we'd never be able to do with just word matching over here.
Even in the compliance world where you've got calls recorded because they have to be, being able to flag the ones that were good or not. Most organisations will do a 1 in 10 review of different types of calls. But actually, if every call was done and you could see all of the bad ones, then you could easily see trends and patterns quite quickly without missing one or not having that same agent in the spot check.
No, I agree. I agree. It's all cool stuff, isn't it?
You mentioned something actually, now that I think about it, about what do people think, like how hard is the sale? So I think one of the interesting, if you're talking about hard sale, is still the belief about the built-in recording, because some people think that is enough for them, but they don't realize that that's just one element. It's triggered by someone pushing a button and then putting it again, and it arrives in your OneDrive. How do you share it? How do you know it followed all the right procedures? So I think that often is a step. Someone thinking that they have enough by just pushing the button in your Teams client, but when they realize, hold on, I didn't realize that I can record a meeting that I wasn't from the organizing company, or afterwards I want to share it. How do I share it and share it in a compliant way? How do I get the data? Okay, maybe I can interrogate it with Copilot, but Copilot's going to interrogate that one call. What about interrogating it relative to a whole pool of calls?
Agreed.
So,
no, I see there's a data value there. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But no, some of the things I'll take back to my organisation. So I have to say, not that we have the money for it, but that's fine. We'll work it out. So we have some fun questions. You're up for some fun questions?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. It's all about AI.
Would you let AI run your wedding, but replace all the vows with dead jokes?
Yes.
You definitely would.
I
think you're better at dad
jokes. Yeah.
Dad jokes.
I can use.
Would you let AI choose the route your self-driving car takes home?
I think you already do.
Yeah, I really do.
I think. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Would you let AI choose the school your children attend?
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe. Mine are old now, they don't.
Yeah.
Interesting one. Would you not think you would get a better decision?
It's not only it doesn't know my kid. It depends how well the AI knows my kid.
I agree with that. I get that.
Yeah.
You prompted it to tell it what it's about.
Got another one? Last one.
Would you let AI decide if you're mentally stable enough to keep your kids?
Definitely not.
It might be better than my general environment.
It's an excuse. Oh no, AI says I can't, so you have to look after them, dear.
Yeah.
I think our mental state after the heat today is probably a bit tweaked anyway. So.
That's true. Anyway, thank you. I enjoyed this. Great perspective
Awesome.
from the different side. I think I could have gone on with another 6 questions about strategy and where it's going to go, but this was superb.
Awesome.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for the t-shirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome to come get another one. If you want one, you're welcome.
We know where you are.
Cool.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'll be out all day tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we will too.
Yeah.
Trust
You
me,
will
we will
too.
too. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Better do that again.
Yeah,
Literally might
I
need a
know.
one.
So you can put it on your t-shirt. There we go.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Have a good
See you.
afternoon.
Thank you.
We'll try our
Surely
best.
it's time for a beer now.
I need to go to the restaurant.
Yeah, the whole data in your voice calls I do find quite fascinating actually. So I know there's a legal requirement for it, but I'm fairly certain you get a lot more feedback on a voice call from about your customers and what they need and what they're thinking about than you would from their emails or anything else that comes in.
Yeah, I think so as well. And okay, we do have the transcript now, but it's not the same like what they are collecting.
Yeah,
It goes far farther than just the transcript.
that's true. So who do we have next?
We have Ben,
Ben.
that is joining us, and Marijn, if he's up to.
Ben needs to get off his arse.
Yeah.
Nice. Come on, you lazy bugger. You've had to sit down for half an hour.
Yeah. I think after this I will need to have that one as well.
Well, it's just the last one of the day for us. And as we started at 9 o'clock this morning, and here we are at, I don't know where we are.
4.
4.
In
It
this
has been a
amazingly
long
heat.
day. My favourite t-shirt. I just
Yes.
love this t-shirt.
It's not marked, yeah.
All right. I remember falling for it when I first met you for the bar 3 years ago here. One of those amazing analogies. It could be worse. It could be worse. You could look like Marijn.
I'm saying nothing. No comment.
So Mark, Ben.
Whoa!
Yes,
What a mistake to make.
That's, I think, number 4 today, so
Yes, I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
But it's like don't think about pink elephants, and then
You're saying now I'm a pink elephant, is that?
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. Should we move on?
Okay.
I was actually going to go to your session that you are going to present and what you are going to talk about here at Commsverse.
Yeah, so I've got 4 things because I, slipped and submitted too many abstracts. But today I've had Copilot around the meeting lifecycle with Lindsay. That's before, after, during, trying to pick out stuff that people don't necessarily think of. And then I had one that was your, it was M365 Copilot isn't broken, but your productivity stack might be. So that was where people, they try Copilot, they get a dubious, weird response, they give up on it, they don't like it. So I was trying to explain the processes around how Copilot sifts through your data, how it generates you an answer, how what you ask it matters, but also how where your data lives matters. And then tomorrow we're doing a chat versus channels fight. So we've got some boxing gloves, some lightsabers.
Oh, I love that.
You're working.
Versus
You're working.
channel. I know.
And I'm totally impartial on this. We've got obviously
Obviously.
we've got 4 people, two debating one side and 2 on the other. And then finishing up, because I didn't put enough on my plate, with a discussion about M365 lifecycle updating process, so why one user might have a feature and another user might not. So all of the gamut of things.
That's why there's nobody else speaking at the event. He's covering 3 of them already.
We're speaking all day, every day.
That is true.
That's true.
I suppose. Yeah, well, mostly bullshit though.
But I do like the one that was swearing. It's every single time there's something else on the little screen.
Yeah, it's my little e-ink name badge. This is the Commsverse edition, where I have to explain that I am, because some people confuse me, not Mark.
Yeah.
So what's the badge got to do with it?
Oh, it's just a name badge that rotates around. It's got QR codes for LinkedIn and all the fun things that we're supposed to advertise, right?
And you market those badges and sell them, do you?
No, I don't. This is very much a AliExpress special that I've then cobbled together, 3D printed. This was one of my first AI-assisted programming projects, because when I first got the thing, I put it in a drawer because it's like, I just don't understand how to do it. And then I dug it out and threw it in ChatGPT and was like, this is what I want to do. And it's like, cool, here we go. Off you go. I'm like, oh. It's like, maybe there is something in this AI coding.
So you vibe coded your way into... Yeah, all right.
Yeah, vibe coded my name badge.
Yeah, that's nice.
Actually, that has to be the coolest thing I've heard all day.
Yeah, I mean, a few months ago at MVP Summit, I got this little NFC tag, like an MVP NFC tag. And I also learned from somebody else that you could download an app and then change the original link into something else, like program that NFC tag. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So where is this NFC tag?
In one of my bags in Antwerp, somewhere in.
But what makes it an MVP tag?
Oh, because it says MVP.
It says
Yeah,
MVP.
It's like an MVP.
It's not a minimum viable tag.
No, well, yes,
Yes,
it is.
it is.
But yes.
Have you ever tried to program it?
Yes, I did. Yeah, successfully. Yes.
Successfully?
Yes.
So what does it take you to now?
To my link tree.
Okay. How
Because you can
boring.
only put one link behind.
Does
it.
that mean that if somebody has a reader, you could go and change everybody else's tags and take them somewhere else?
Yes, because there's no security on it.
No.
So you can just say, "Oh, is that an NFC tag? Let me just see. Let me scan it," and then you scan it. It's like
And now takes them to Pornhub.com.
That's cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They've just given you the idea now. I know.
Well, that's why
Luckily,
he's got
I
a
don't
link
have
tree
one.
and say what was off the link tree.
Exactly.
That is true. That is true.
The apple doesn't fall far from the link tree. Yes.
No. So how many of these events you've been to now, Ben?
Probably all of them, I think. I was having a little look back through, and I've got references to 6 of them. I think this is the
I'm the
6th
same,
one. I think
yeah.
that's about right. But they're always, it's always good. It's interesting seeing the swell and the mix of vendors that come along, as the industry is doing its thing with the, different hardware vendors and seeing who's out there. And then more recent years, the mix of kind of actual solutions vendors and more broader M365 stack stuff. But it's, there's two conferences that I cherish over the year. One is Commsverse Next over in the US, and the other is Commsverse, because they've such a different feel to them versus, a DTX or a UTX or a, whatever other conference. There's just something.
Is there an APAC version as well?
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. Not that I've ended up discovering. Probably for the best for my travel.
Well, if you're delivering 4 sessions, it might be worth it.
Yeah, but it depends who's paying that travel. I'm not sure.
True.
It depends whether you want to go there or not. Nothing to do with who's paying.
I mean, it's going to be cooler than here, so.
Yeah, that's true too.
Less sweaty.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So what is it you actually do?
So I am a head nerd for a company called Enable. Enable do MSP software and kind of cyber resiliency is the phrasing that they use. So, a lot of our customers have their own customers, but we're entering into IT pro space, and they wanted somebody who understood the Microsoft ecosystem and where their stuff talks to and, is adjacent to the Microsoft world. And we have obviously deep Microsoft expertise in the company, but they're aligned with building things or troubleshooting stuff, so that we have a team of people called the nerds that kind of float around and plug gaps, and basically it is keeping people happy, and be that internal people or external people, or so that's why I get to pontificate a fair bit on LinkedIn about Copilot stuff and M365 stuff. So it's just being interesting to our customer base, so that they keep us in mind.
So how many times have you been dragged in to say, these MCP servers?
Yeah, a few times. I think I landed on my feet a little bit, being naturally interested in AI and Copilot. It wasn't a requirement of the role as they hired me. I've been there 18 months-ish now, but we now do have our own MCP servers, and one of the things that I've enjoyed doing is doing the Copilot Studio demos of, hey, look, this is how you can hook it all together and build stuff, and so I've kind of lucked out in a way with that. I think that's been fun.
No, we've had fun too. I actually had to go through the process. We're redesigning our data centers. So we have a 1.5 data centers, data center and a main data center. We're going hybrid cloud, so we've got to sit and work out where we're going to put 300 VMs and how they're going to sit together, and an Oracle data system. But when the NCP started coming on, oh shit, how do I actually define a data center to support MCP in a safe and total way? Because now we're talking about physical machines being in places or things in the cloud. And not only that, of course, you kind of need to protect them. So that was quite an exciting time to, okay, what are we going to look like? This is what the data center is going to look like. Wow, that's cool. You've been going to Gartner, haven't you? Actually, no, I promise you not yet. But yeah, it was an interesting process to sort it out. But because MCP servers now are being integrated inside so many tools, it's turning out to be much more complicated.
Well, I find it very interesting that MCP as an industry standard landed and spread so quickly versus almost anything else that we've seen. But the challenge was the authentication mechanism, and the transport mechanism did not. So you ended up with all these, some are header token based, some are OAuth. OAuth seems to be where this is standardizing. But it was that like, oh great, we can have an MCP, but like, crap, how do we actually authenticate to it, and how do we secure it? And the problem with, like, we're talking about vibe coding, there's so many random MCP servers that people have cobbled together to back-end existing APIs. But how are they being published? How are they being secured? Like, it's
who knows about them?
No, exactly. Like, I was having a chat with my AI at one point about an MCP for an Obsidian Vault that I'd cobbled together, and it was like, we'll take the authentication stack off the /MCP path name to prove it's working. I'm like, right, fine, let's do that. And we did it, and we proved it worked. And it was like, right, now I need to put the security back. How can we validate that? And it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's on an obscure URL. No one's gonna find that out. I'm like, no, this is not okay. But it's like, it's the garden path. Like, how many other people get led down that garden path? And then there's all these things just living out there.
My Oracle guy came to me and said, our database usage had just gone up 15%. Oh, really? Do we know why? No. Okay, shit. So what's actually happening? I don't know, but every 30 minutes, every database is being read.
Right.
Okay, so security, blah, blah, blah. And because it turned out to be one of the developers that set up an MCP server using a global access account straight into our Oracle data systems to thank you, off.
Yeah, click.
Yeah. So that started the game where we actually said, let's try and find out where we want to go to. Now we've got some quite cool goals because they want to use Copilot as the front-end interface, but they want to use things like Cursor and a bunch of other applications plus MCP servers. So the idea is trying to lower the adoption stuff by using an interface they're aware of.
Yeah.
But Microsoft's got some missing connections.
Well, it's interesting because Studio is actually fairly comprehensive for giving you options for connecting to the different flavors of MCP that we talked about, like surprisingly so. But I know a lot of people are frustrated with Microsoft's mechanism for why can't, like, Claude has Claude Code and I can interact with stuff locally and I can do that. It's like, fine, Scout will now do that, potentially. But it's that, like, Microsoft has this governance wrapper and so much other burdenage for non-words to use that they have to kind of adhere to, whereas Studio at least is quite a nice way of building an agent with these tools, and this tools. It's just not the fluid mechanism that people are used to, flinging it into a desktop client and, you know, off they go.
I think it's a symptom of it moving so quickly.
Yeah.
We just need to make it work, rather than make it work pretty and easily, and so consequently, you know, we get stuck doing something and then you don't actually send enough people in to try and resolve the issues. It just needs to work.
Yeah.
So they're missing stuff, but who knows? It could also be because they laid 50,000 people off or something like that. Who knows? It's an interesting game with confusion around, but I like it. The nerd team.
Yeah, it confuses people that we're all head nerds as well. So, like, does that mean there's a head nerd? So no, there's a head nerds manager. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a head of head nerds.
Yeah,
there are so many jokes down there, but we're not going to go there today.
Well, I said it to someone once that I was a head nerd, and they, without context, knowing I worked in IT, thought that meant I was some sort of a psychologist or psychiatric, because they focused on that I'm a nerd for heads.
A misunderstanding. I wonder what AI thought about it.
Which is basically what we do with Teams.
Yeah.
It is.
So it tracks.
Neat. So, do you want to answer some AI questions?
I will do my best.
You'll do your best.
These are fun questions.
Okay.
So it's not testing your knowledge or anything.
No,
it's
okay.
just like fun.
Would you
Did I just look panicked?
Ethical position.
I mean, no.
So, here's the first one. Would you let AI become your boss?
You're going to have to consultant so many of these because it depends. Like, what criteria has it been given? You know, if I can hack around with the prompting that it's given me, yes, I would probably be quite happy with it being my boss. If it's, you know...
If you can manage your boss that way, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Every 6 minutes.
We all talk about managing up.
10% raise, yes.
Yeah. With sufficient context and information, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think it has to be done right. So everybody else would want it to be efficient anyway.
Yeah.
Sitting down with your one-to-one. What are you doing today? Well, actually, I'm going to talk to a computer screen. So.
I mean, who says my boss isn't already AI? Like, I don't know.
Who knows? Yes.
Haven't seen him for a while.
All right. Would you let AI decide which one of your friends secretly deserves to be blocked forever?
No, because it wouldn't have enough context from me about the type of friends I have and the level of interactions I have with friends. That is not entirely in the digital domain, so it wouldn't have been able to reason over that sufficiently to give me an answer.
It's not like meta AI in your WhatsApp, just...
No, well, but because, you know, like, there's still some physical interactions that I have with friends that the AI currently doesn't know about.
Shouldn't know about.
Yet.
No, it currently doesn't.
Yeah, but these are all responses, are all on nerd thinking. Have you noticed the logical process?
Well, if you can't be logical, what are you going to be?
Not nerdy.
So, one more. Would you let AI rewrite your past memories or personal story?
Rewrite my memories.
Or personal story.
As in literally inside my head, so I would remember things differently.
Or you would rewrite your diary.
Yeah, because it makes up some quite nice fantasies sometimes. You know, we heard this morning how AI can be very creative. I'm sure we all have pieces of our history that we would maybe like to colour in slightly differently. I mean, we're human. We colour them in not truthfully anyway.
True.
So having an AI do that for us in a nicer way, I think, I could do that. Once upon a time, I was a world-class flamenco dancer, and I tripped down the stairs, and now I don't know about it. There we go. I've got that memory.
T-shirts. That's now why I wear pink t-shirts. Yeah, I like it.
All right.
Go on then, man. You got one good one there. You got the.
I've got the unhinged ones.
Okay.
So they're all good. Yeah. Let's see, which one didn't we do? Would you let AI throw away everything you own and make you live as a minimalist mime?
No, because I wouldn't want to live as a minimalist.
Would
I would happily let AI help me optimize my living conditions and the stuff, because I am a hoarder. So being able to, find some sort of fashion to digitally catalog and declutter, yes, fine. But living in a minimalist, no.
No, but I mean, there are like a bunch of fun ones, but there are also a few like really serious ones, like. Would you let AI become the legal guardian of your parents if they get dementia?
Yes, again, within reason of there being a model that has the
knowledge,
the suitable knowledge and the best interests, and my defined wishes and wants and their defined wishes and wants from before that. They reached that stage of whatever it may be. Both my parents suffered with that, so I've seen, the implications of it. So. Being able to abstract that sort of a scenario and have something help you navigate that, to some degree.
I like that answer. My initial thought, I think we used it earlier, and it was no, but then I was thinking, just a minute. Because I think it's difficult for you to make the call because of your emotional attachment, but if you've actually getting a call made based upon a certain amount of history, that would make sense.
But it's that if it has the correct knowledge and learnings context, and it's so hard to know if an AI is truly impartial or not. They're not, because of the training set of data. But to help lay out your paths, your facts, your options, your choices in a non-emotional way, I could see that being helpful.
That's cool. Well, this was fun. I do like it when the speakers come along. It always changes to, tell us about your products, which are always interesting, and I've learned a lot about that as well with AI today. Stuff that I'll take back. But speakers are always more fun. Is that because we're kinship, community friendship?
So, do you feel there's a difference to this year's Commsverse versus others? I mean, you asked me before.
It feels like there's less people.
Okay.
Yes.
But that could be the heat. I remember the first one. We also had all the demonstrations which stopped people coming in. But
people glued on the M25, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Whereas today they're just melted onto it.
Exactly. And there's one big difference between this year's Commsverse and all the other years, is that we didn't have a fire alarm.
Yet. Why would you say this?
It would be the case. And of course we also know it may not happen again in the same context it's going to happen now.
Yeah.
So maybe we're at the end of an era. But I think it is slightly different. I don't know why, but I think it is. We'll see. Everybody has a beer together and dinner tonight and see what happens.
Yeah.
Good times.
So that's good. All right, guys. Thank you very much. The last one today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're winding down.
Yes, we are.
Well, thank you for having me.
No, anytime. All right. Bye, guys. Catch you later.